Okay, so now we're going to look at my second favorite light, which is the point light. Okay. There we go. Point lights are very nice lights. You can think of point lights as, you know, what comes right out of a light bulb. Lights coming right straight in all directions of the light. Now, by default, again, you know, shadows. Same everything. So if I turn on ray tracing shadows, it's going to have the same properties as a spotlight. So we won't need to cover the properties of the shadows. How the shadow formulates is a different story altogether. Now, these shadows are a little bit more round than the average shadow because it's emanating from a round light source. So you're going to get, you know, very big creepy shadows with this. Okay? Which is good. If I set it down low, get that real big climbing shadow. The Tim Burton shadow. All right, so what does a point light have that a spotlight does not? Well, if we go down to light effects, has same light fog if I wanted to. This time, let's go into light glow. Okay. Then hit play. And then let's turn this on to Maya software. So with Maya software activated, we have this light glow effect. That is the only difference between most of the lights. Now the spotlight does have it, and again, you have to go into this mode or out of mental ray in order to do it. So it's kind of a cheap effect. We don't use it very often. Of course, I don't think I've ever used it at all. But here's the render radius. So I can actually pump this up to 4 if I wanted to. And you get a larger effect off of it. Okay. So what I would do is probably add another point light. One point light would activate for the ray tracing shadows. And this point light would have no shadows. Okay. And now you're getting a 2 light scenario. What's nice about the point light is once we get all that thing off, let's kill that because it is kind of cheap. And again, I don't use it very often. What's nice about a point light is they make great backlights. So if I go like this with a backlight, I can now pick up the detail of this bump map. Okay, usually when you're associating backlights, you're also, well, let's just render it. So now what happens is, see how I'm able to pick up the detail on the side of this. We'll get into lighting setup here in a little bit, once we get past all the lights. The volume looks a little bit different on this light. So if you look here under the volume light or the light glow volume fog, we can go like that. And what's nice is you can say fog radius of 4. And I get this holistic effect. Okay. So if I ever wanted a real foggy scene, I could always bump this up to like 20. Whoops. This one up to 20. Have this over here just a little bit. And I get this nice fog effect. Okay. And the number of intensity will just up that ratio. So that's a nice way to do a fog bank. All right, so that's the point light. Let's move on to another couple lights. We're going to go through a couple lights in the next video.